the guy that always lends a helping hand. He's the guy that when we're in school, if somebody's by themselves, has no one to talk to, he's the first one to go up and engage with them. He's just that guy. You know, he wants to get to know people. He's not just asking questions just to fill time. He truly cares. And there's plenty of times he could talk about his accomplishments, and people do. He just doesn't. He doesn't brag about himself. He makes it about others.
Dedicated. I just see how he approaches a lot of different things in his life, whether that's work, whether that's spending time with his family, whether that's his faith life, and it really is just 100% in everything he does. And I think witnessing that growing up is incredibly helpful in just trying to become the type of person that does those types of things. And I think back to him working full time and still finding time to like coach us growing up and be at all those practices and everything. That's just kind of how he approaches everything. It's just that 100% fully dedicated.
He can get along with anyone, and he's always one to include someone. Not only did he play 3 sports, but you know, I think he was on Student Senate. He wrote for the I think he's very diverse. I think he's got a lot of different friends in different groups. He wasn't just friends with the athletes. He was friends with kids who like to write and who, you know, school was very important to them. He can get along with anybody, and I think it's because he is really good at kind of seeing other people's points of view and appreciating that.
My dad kind of was always there for me, whether it was athletically, academically, or just kind of being the youngest and growing up, just that constant support, whether it was asking him a question late at night that he would have to step away from whatever he was doing and kind of drop all things he was doing to help me, or just kind of the constant just day in, day out guidance and just help with everything. I think kind of supportive and just selfless giving is what I think of when I think of him and how he's helped me.
Dependable. You knew Kevin said this was going to happen, or this is how it was going to happen. He was going to do everything in his power to make it happen. And when you served on the Alumni Council and dealt with, you know, all the personalities and all the constituencies, it required a thick skin every now and then. But Kevin, again, I think his best talent was he was good as a leader. You know, call the play, run the play, Kevin was there.
In terms of somebody who's guiding your Hall of Fame committee, you couldn't ask for a better person. I think he has a great sense of the past of St. Ignatius. He has a great sense of what it means to be the best athlete within an era without necessarily comparing one era to another era, because I think that's an important factor. So Kevin is just an incredibly thoughtful, smart person who brings so many good qualities to the Hall of Fame. He has his own job in his personal life. He's got his family. There could come a point where he's like, I don't really need this anymore. But you know what? He's never gotten there. His love for the school is greater than any negatives that may come or any challenges that may come with running the Hall of Fame committee.
My attachment to Kevin was the alumni golf outing. It was started for the scholarship fund of my late nephew, Tom. He really took the bull by the horn and was aggressive, and we upgraded the venues. We got up to over 200 players. The alumni supported it 100%. And a lot of this was Kevin. He did so much work in the beginning, the first few years. It is what it is today. We have the scholarship fund up over $400,000, and he should take credit for a lot of it.
Being a man for others and how my dad lives that every day is servant leadership is the one thing that kind of always seemed to be the theme that, you know, came out of all of this. And I think that's the way he approaches things, where he's a lead by example guy, doing the right thing whether someone's watching or whether someone's not watching him. And when he speaks up, you know, people are willing to listen, because when he has something to say, you know, it's important and you know he means it. And if he doesn't have anything to say, you know, he's just going to keep doing his thing and keep on his course.
When I first heard about it, I was pretty surprised. I was very grateful, very appreciative, but it was very humbling. I think anytime you are considered, and much less win an award that commemorates the contributions of people like the Murphys and Father Welsh, it's a pretty humbling experience. It's also one where you're thankful that for the rest of time, your name will be on a list for an award that commemorates them, with a lot of other individuals who've done a lot for this school. Those are all people that kind of lived an example of, this is how you give back to something that you care about. And Ignatius is family. And so it was kind of like, this is how you support your family. So I've just been very fortunate that people were there to do that for me. So I don't know that there was any drive, but just much more some great examples and some people showing the way.